Welcome to this virtual presentation in ACHEMA Pulse. As everybody knows, due to this pandemic situation, we cannot meet presentially in ACHEMA, so we have to do it on that way. We really hope to meet you soon presentially, but in the meantime, take care and keep safe. We are going to talk today about coating process. Why? Because in fact, coating is something that it's daily in our lives. Parents, children, couples, friends, ourselves. We take tablets every day, every week. Reasons: pain, problems, concentration, food supplements for the gym, whatever else you want. Tablets are in our life every day, regularly. So it sounds reasonable to talk about this process and to see how, why, and we use it, okay? But let's make a short view on the history of coating. Because maybe we can think that coating is something new and far away from the truth, far away. In fact, as you can see, Egyptians made coating to help to solve, to take some products and get it easier. Then during 18th century, 19th century, even in 20th century, more developments are coming. One of the most common and important, it was late 70s, beginning of 80s, where the perforated pan coating technology was developed, changing the old sugar coating type to this new technology. Nowadays, in 2019, we are talking about intelligent pan coating technology. Welcome. We need to define a little bit which are the most important parts on the coating process. And if you are asking me from my point of view, I would like to define three main points on each coating process: the spraying system, the drying process, and the control of the process itself. So what we need to understand from those 3 points, which are the improvements that we are able to do and which nowadays the technology is able to help us. If we are talking about the spraying, we need to perform the right spray system on a right distance and on a right position. If we are talking about drying, we need to perform a drying accordingly with the spraying, because otherwise we are going to get problems in the tablets, breaks, we are going to have some other type of problems. And process, obviously, we need to control the process because we do not want to have a person constantly in front of the machine. We are going to talk a little bit about the evolution of the coating processes when we start from zero on a new process, what we have to do, what we do, okay? We start with research and development equipments where we are working with few grams, even 1-2 kgs, okay? Once we have developed the recipe on this product and has been tested and it's okay, we need to make the validation batches. And once the validation batches have been approved, then we can scale up to the industrial batches. Nowadays, the technology allows us to make validation batches and industrial batches in the same unit, okay? Giving a big advantage in flexibility and also saving cost for our clients. Which are the challenges today talking about coating of the processes for tablets? Multiple options, but from our point of view, the main topics that we want to talk about challenges are talking about the flexibility, the automation of the processes, and about the sustainability of the technology. About the technology itself, when we are talking about flexibility, we are trying to reach multiple options in the same equipment, giving to our clients multiple options for produce different type of products in different quantities and in the same conditions always, independently that if you are producing in winter, in summer, in the mountains or near to the sea. And all of this, we want to do it on a full automatic process. We are not counting today with experts in all the companies which have years and years of experience on a coating processes, and that they are playing and adjusting the machine every 5 minutes, taking care about the process. We want to do all of this in a full automatic process. And about sustainability, what to say about this? Probably all of us have children and we want to leave them a better world, okay? So if you are recycling at home, Why we do not do the same in the industrial world? Why we are going to waste energy, money, and substances if we can save it, okay? So let's talk about the flexibility. What we can find in the market, which are the options that we can find. Can you imagine that there is a technology which, independently of the quantity of tablets that you are going to put inside of the machine, is going to adjust the spraying system? Nowadays, it's possible. With the intelligent pan coating technology, you will find options into the market which allows you to, in a state of the all arms that you need to adjust it, that you can do it automatically with a control that is self-adjusting the distance and the position of the spray guns, okay? What is talking about automation? Automation is a system that is going to give us a full automatic control and support in all the process. That means that we are going to have a system able to absorb different quantities of product, giving us a good and perfect drying process, independently if we are going to talk about 10 kilos or 100 kilos, working inside a single drum machine, okay, we are going to be able to modify the equipment and control the flow, the vacuum inside, or the path of the air. How we are going to do this? Because nowadays the technology is going to give us a capacity of control of all the elements available in the equipment. In a new system controlling multiple elements, multiple sensors, multiple detectors, we are going to be able to perform actions inside of the machine without any request from an operator going to be in the front of the machine. This is really important because this is what is going to assure us to have 100% quality in the coating process independently where we are going to work, in which conditions, which day, in which capacity. So repeatability in a perfect conditions. Let's going to talk a little bit about the most common situations that could make a fail on our coating process, okay? There are, from the history, there are multiple points that has been improved during the years, but still nowadays there are some points which all the experts in coating process are going to tell us, please be careful on these points. Some of those points are solved by today's technology, and are some of them that we would like to share with you. For example, one of the most typical situations are problems with our filtration elements, okay? What can we do nowadays with the actual technology? For example, you can find in the market solutions that are going to test all the filters before to start your batch process. This is really helpful because you are going to get information talking about if the filters are okay to perform the batch, and even giving to you extra information when you need to make preventive maintenance, okay? Some of the other problems typical, the blocking of the spray nozzles. This is probably the most typical problem on a standard coating process. What's going to happen when we have blocking or clogging in our nozzles? The first point is that if we do not have any option to detect it, we need a person constantly during the process to control visually the points. This is not anymore necessary, okay? Nowadays, the technology gives us the option that the machine self-detect the possible blocking of the nozzles. And even more, the technology of today is able to try to solve the problem itself, and only if it's not possible, will advertise you or will give you an alarm to stop or at least to continue the process, but with the knowledge that you have a problem on the coating. The other problems or the other possible issues on the coating process are always related with the control, with the circumstances. It's not the same to coat in winter where the humidity is one, or if you do it in summer where we have a different humidity. Nowadays, on the actual conditions, you can find solutions in the market which are able, first of all, working with the absolute humidity, not with the relative, to adjust the parameters to get always the same inlet air inside of the drum. That means that your process is going to be performed independently if you are in the site in Sao Paulo or in the site in Shanghai, in the site in Barcelona or in the site in New York. And one of the most important points that the technology helped to us in last years is the remote connection, okay? Years ago, every time that you have a problem, you need to call the technicians. Technicians need to take a flight, take a car, take a train, whatever else, and go to your site. Nowadays, when you have a problem, but not only, when you have a doubt or when you want to improve something or change something, you just need to send a WhatsApp to after-sales services of the supplier. And with a remote connection, they have access to your machine immediately. 90% of problems can be solved on that way. And on that way, we also help the sustainability of the world. One of the most important challenges today, but not only in coating, not only in the industry, in all our lives, is the sustainability, okay? In all the places, we need to take care about the world. If you are going to recycle at home, why we are not going to do it in the industry? So sustainability is one of the key points of the coming years in the industry. What we can find nowadays in the market are machines that are going to you to save space. As I explained it, when you have a big range of capacity with the same machine, you can perform activities of 2 or 3 machines just in one. When you have a machine which is self-accurated with the process, you have time reduction, energy reduction, by the way, cost reduction, okay? And if you have a remote connection, part of the old tradition where the technicians needs to travel and needs to make interventions are saved too, okay? So for the coming years, please guys, keep our goal in mind, and not only for the industry, also in your lives. Hey, we are arriving to the end. So I would like to make a short summary of everything that we have been talking about. The first and one of my favorites is to talk about the history of the coating. I was in love when I discovered that coating started many years ago with the Egyptians. So it means that it's a huge history. And nowadays, when we are entering on a new era, on the era of intelligent pump coating technology, an era where we are going to use a technology which gives us the maximum flexibility, a technology which is giving us tools to have on the same machines a full flexibility to perform processes with minimum quantities, with maximum quantities, independently if we are working in summer, if we are working in winter, and the machine itself is capable to work on all of those conditions. Machines that are going to self-adjust the position of the arm and the spray nozzles independently of the quantity of the product that you are loading on the machine, independently of the RPMs that you are working on the machine, independently of all these points. The technology that we are finding nowadays into the market is able to work on this, but with a control which is helping us to work on that conditions, and that we are able to dry the tablets on a perfect way, again, independently of the quantity. And the system itself is helping us to perform these processes without the necessity to have always a person in front of the machine. And the good thing is that while we are doing those improvements on the technology, we are taking care about our planet. We are taking care about the sustainability, because we are going to be much more efficient. So it means less waste of suspensions, it means less waste of time, it means save economically on the process for multiple reasons. It means that we are doing our process in general much more efficient. So, as I would like to say, coating today is not anymore a challenge. Just play it. Okay? Guys, thank you very much for your time. We are at your disposal in the Romaco virtual booth. We are at your disposal by email or whatever else that you would like to contact us and make your technical questions. Have a nice day.